All right, here we go. Two burly boys played Pokemon in their youth. One had to grow up, the other stayed true. Now the large grown-up child can name all of them, but the other guy probably 510. Now what can they do? Why don't they review? Now I'll talk about them till we die.
Die? Welcome, everybody. I'm Frank.
And I'm Joachim.
And this is your
Certified Poke-Moment,
where we feature and talk about one Pokemon evolution line every single week.
Today's featured Pokemon is
Poliwrath.
I always forget. We haven't talked about Poliwrath.
No, we have not talked about Poliwrath.
Yeah.
This gives us another 4 Pokemon to talk about.
I'm going to get this out of the way right now.
Yeah.
I will bring it up later. I hate that Poliwhirl and Poliwrath are basically just...
Yeah.
the same thing, except one's angry.
Yeah, it's classic Gen 1 boring design.
I hate Gen 1.
Yeah, every single time I see a cool Gen 1 design pop up and we get to talk about it, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not that bad after all. And then I remember how 50% of the Pokemon are just the same thing, but bigger in their evolutions.
Yeah.
And it's just...
You know what I think is an underappreciated evolution? Psyduck to Golduck. Other than Golduck not being Psychic type.
You were just dunking on Golduck
last
episode.
I hate that Golduck isn't a Psychic type, but I'm fine with what it looks like. Also, Psyduck should have been the final evolution, and Golduck should have been the first one.
Yes, that would have made sense.
But other than that, that's nothing against the design. I like the creepy little goblin. But this isn't the Psyduck.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got opinions on Golduck, but I guess I'll save those for another day. Because right now, I'm going to tell you guys about Poliwag. Poliwag is a solo water-type Pokemon and is known as the Tadpole Pokemon. And his cry sounds like this.
That's a Gen 1 cry.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really ring any nostalgia bells or anything.
Yeah, you think it would too, because I like Poliwag, and like even back when I was young, I saw Poliwag in the wild, so it made my neurons fire.
Yeah, I don't know. Is somebody who never played like the original Red or Blue and only played through Fire Red like once, I really don't remember seeing Poliwag in the wild very much. We were just talking about this with Horsey. Horsey felt like artificially scarce in my mind, and I think Poliwag also kind of hits that for me. I can't think of a single route it appears on.
I played Yellow when I was like an amoeba, so like I played like Gold. I think I had Gold, or maybe it was Silver. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd never completed the games. I remember seeing Poliwag though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
maybe he was with like the maybe he was near the Slowpoke cave or whatever.
I would have guessed Slowpoke cave, but also I would imagine he'd be in water. In Kitakami, you can find him in the one of the early rivers. Maybe it's not that early. You can find him in a river. I can picture the river. Guys, read my mind to know what I'm talking about.
That was you beaming your psychic mind.
I thought that was you reading my mind.
No, that was you were sending feminization waves to the audience.
No, to you. Audience, I'm sorry if you got those. I was sending them to Jokum. I've been doing it for years.
Is that why I've got Gyno?
Yeah. Yes. At level 25, Poliwag evolves into Poliwhirl. Still solo water, still the Tadpole Pokemon. And I don't know. He doesn't even have a tail anymore.
It's the 90s. People didn't think.
Period. And his cry sounds like this. That one strikes more of a chord with me. I'm not going to lie.
That just sounds like 8-bit or 16-bit. I don't know how many bits they use.
Who knows?
It just sounded like nothing.
It does kind of sound like nothing, but I'm hearing and I'm listening, and it's sounding better than Poliwag's at least.
I honestly prefer Poliwag, I think.
To Poliwhirl?
Yeah.
I mean, the cry itself or the Pokemon?
No, the cry.
Fair.
Poliwhirl can disappear. Just Poliwag to Poliwrath.
You know what's funny? This might just be like fan opinion. I don't know how true this is, like in the grand scheme of things. But Poliwhirl was like one of the most advertised Pokemon. Like it was trying to be up there with like the Pikachus and Meowths and original starters, is like how often you would see it. Like it was always in the group with like McDonald's toys. There was like that one specific Time magazine cover where Poliwhirl was the main Pokemon in the center. Poliwhirl for a while, I think it's because it's one of the designer's favorite Pokemon or something like that.
I mean, it's a cool design. Wait, where is its mouth? Is its mouth at the top of that?
Oh, you want to see its mouth? It's not there.
It doesn't have a mouth?
No. Not that I've seen. Not that I have ever seen.
That's crazy. Because I always like that it has like that, that frog that you can see its belly.
Yeah.
Or its organs.
You can see all its intestines
inspired
in there.
by that. And I think that's cool.
I just don't think it actually has a mouth.
Yeah, I always kind of just like I would think about that, and I would like stop thinking because I don't like to think that it doesn't have a mouth.
Yeah,
and like obviously the mouth's not going to be in the middle of that.
No. Although I have memories back to the anime where all the main characters' Pokemon are all sitting around eating food out of their dog bowls, and Poliwhirl's like holding some food, but I've never seen him eat it.
He puts it up as,
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
His toad in the hole.
But if you are done seeing your Poliwhirl and you want it to evolve into one of two forms, one of those options could be to give it a Water Stone, and it'll evolve into Poliwrath. Now a water and fighting type, and until Gen 5, I believe, was the only water fighting type. That's when Keldeo was introduced.
I forget Keldeo's water.
Yeah.
Keldeo's water?
Yeah, it can shoot water out of its hooves.
Hooves?
Hooves.
That's where they chose to make the water come out of?
Yes, sir.
But just make it come out of its mouth.
Sorry, it doesn't. It comes out of its
Keldeo
hooves.
a Kelpie?
I think it's meant to resemble a Kelpie, except without a mermaid tail.
That's really stupid. They could have made it... Honestly, Keldeo could have just been a fighting type.
Probably, but they needed to give it a secondary type like all the other Swords of Justice.
Did it have to? It's like the most neutral Sword of Justice. The Horse of Justice.
They thought it had to.
I forget Keldeo even exists. I don't like Keldeo.
Keldeo's not great, but this is also not the Keldeo episode.
I know. I just hate Keldeo. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so full of hatred. I'm sorry.
You are the most hateful person I know. That's not true.
Hey, this is what Poliwrath sounds like.
Yeah, sorry. But wait. First.
Oh, come on.
What's weird is that he is still known as the Tadpole Pokemon.
When he's a frog.
When he is a full-fledged frog.
That's a certified Pokey moment.
And his cry sounds like this.
Yeah, that's just a
pretty neutral.
Just a Gen 1 cry.
Yeah, pretty neutral on that one. That doesn't stand out to me much. So, Poliwrath, for years, used to be your only option. And by years, I mean like
1 year?
Maybe a year. Then we got the ever-glorious Politoed. And in order to get yourself a Politoed, you have to trade your Poliwhirl while holding a King's Rock. And you'll now have your brand spanking new solo water Politoed. He is finally known as the Frog Pokemon.
That's stupid.
What?
That it took so long for him to be known as the Frog Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah. No, they should both be the Frog Pokemon. One should be the Angry Frog Pokemon, or the Fistful Frog.
Yes. Even the Fighting Frog Pokemon, I would have accepted. Better than still calling it a tadpole. And its cry sounds like this.
That is not what I expected to come out of a Politoed.
No, but it's good. I like it.
I expected Politoed to be more like a more spritey kind of sounding.
No, I think his cry was one of the ones that must have really benefited from the upgrade.
I think Politoed could use like a fairy typing. He looks whimsical.
He does.
He's a good little boy, and I think he could be a fairy.
It's a shame that he's solo water.
Yeah, I don't know what else he would be except a little fairy.
Yeah,
he was a fairy.
I don't know. Maybe we can talk about it later in alternate forms, but I do think there could be something you could do with him. Maybe
Megas for both?
Maybe Megas for both.
We'll get there.
So let's go ahead and do some Pokedex entries here. I've got to go to Bulbapedia for this because we are doing yet another Gen 1 Pokemon. I feel like he's been doing a lot of Gen 1s lately. We've talked about Horsey recently.
It's going to happen. Statistically, because we're doing this randomly,
Yeah.
we could do an entire generation all in a row.
Yeah, that would be insane, but I'll do Poliwag and then we'll just alternate till we're done.
Yeah.
Awesome. Red and blue. Its newly grown legs prevent it from running. Okay? It appears to prefer swimming than trying to stand. That makes sense. Yellow. The direction of the spiral on its belly differs by area. It is more adept at swimming than walking. The crystal. The swirl on its belly is its insides showing through the skin.
Oh, so it is just, it's poop.
Yes, that's all that is. Its poop is dark black.
That's awesome.
It looks clearer after it eats.
Clear
After
it
it eats, which is weird. Wouldn't it be clearer after something else? I'd imagine.
Oh, maybe they mean like the belly, you can see the black more. Like the belly gets clearer and you can see its organs more after it eats.
That might be it.
Because it goes, and the organs push up against the skin.
Pokemon Shield. In rivers with fast... Yeah, because it looks like the only other one that's very different.
Oh, okay.
In rivers with fast-flowing water, this Pokemon will cling to a rock by using its thick lips, which act like a suction cup.
Why?
Why what?
Why did you make that noise?
Make what noise? All I heard was a little... I can't do it.
You can't. No,
I
you
can't do
gotta
it.
suck it. Get in there.
Okay.
Get all the way in there.
Uh-huh.
Don't leave that. You're leaving too much air on the other side. Don't leave. Like, it needs to be completely close.
Kind of little something.
See,
I'll practice later.
I planted the seed in Frank's mouth to do
Wait. No, please. You're really good at this. You must have practiced putting things in your mouth a lot.
My fingers. I can put my fingers in your mouth if you want to.
Here's Poliwhirl.
Red and blue. Capable of living in or out of water. When out of water, it sweats to keep its body slimy.
Hey, that's what you do.
I cover you in slime. Yellow. Under attack, it uses its belly spiral to put the foe to sleep. It then makes its escape. Imagine if it were that easy to put someone to sleep. Like Princess Vivi used to do in One Piece. And then she gave up on that gimmick.
Please don't bring up One Piece in my Pokemon podcast.
Your Pokemon podcast? Okay, you get to do all the editing.
No, wait.
Which you're going to have to do anyway.
This is how, the next few episodes is going to be all me because Jokum's going to be on vacation. He's going back where he belongs. Norway.
This Pokemon Shield. This Pokemon sweat is a slimy mucus. When captured, Poliwhirl can slither from its enemy's grasp and escape. Don't you say it.
Like you.
Sword. Staring at the swirl on its belly causes drowsiness.
Yeah.
This trait of Poliwhirls has been used to play in place of lullabies to get children to go to sleep. So you just hold up your frog.
Just hold up your big fat frog and your child just conks out.
And then everything is basically about going to sleep or it's wet.
Also, I will say, Jokum is actually taking a vacation to Norway, and he's doing it specifically to, like, get real-world information so we can build our Norwegia region.
Yeah. Keep it posted. We're gonna make a fan game. Pokemon
Ice
Meat and Potatoes.
Meat and Potatoes is so fun.
Pokemon Capitalism and Socialism.
Pokemon
or we just break convention and just call it a mixed market economy.
Yeah, there we go. Pokemon Seasonal Depression and Pokemon Walkable City. Coming to a store near you.
Pokemon. I feel like Pokemon Seasons or like Pokemon Summer and Winter.
Ooh,
could be good.
That could. How have they not done that yet?
And then they both have like autumn and spring are kind of in between things.
Yeah,
but then it's
sick. Huh. Jokum, you're a computer programmer. We can do this.
No, it's really
you can make a video game.
Is annoying.
I'll be the idea guy, and you'll do the guy that builds the entire thing from the ground up.
One of my old coworkers wanted me to. He knew I could draw, so he was talking about this idea he wanted we could make a comic, and I'm like, I don't want to do your idea.
Yeah.
It's already so annoying to draw my own stuff.
I was gonna say you need to do your idea.
No, I'm not about to draw someone else's comic.
Yeah,
right now.
absolutely not. All right, sorry guys, we're just being creatively minded. Poliwrath, red and blue, an adept swimmer at both the front crawl and breaststroke.
Okay.
Easily overtakes the best human swimmers. Yellow, swims powerfully using all the muscles in its body. It can even overtake champion swimmers. Is that going to be all it has?
So is its greatest feat that it's faster than a human, but like...
Yep.
So like,
apparently.
So it's just faster than a human. It's not like it's super fast like...
By like
a fish.
By fish standards,
like
I guess.
A fish could probably... It's probably...
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to like give us a number. This strong and This strong and skilled swimmer is even capable of crossing the Pacific Ocean just by kicking. So that's pretty impressive. He's gaping. Jokum is gaping
The
right
Pacific
now.
Ocean.
The Pacific Ocean.
I hate old Pokemon.
Real world area.
Hate old
I didn't
Pokemon.
even notice.
That's so sick. Well, I guess it's before they really intended on having like...
That is its gold entry though. So, I mean, I feel like that's really close.
For red, blue, whatever, yellow, the green in Japan, I feel like they were made at the same time, or like, I think with the idea of gold and silver coming after them, right? So I think they're all in the same mindset around then. And then when they get into like the sapphires and the God forbid rubies.
In the sapphires, you say?
Oh, no.
Poliwrath's highly developed, brawny muscles never grow fatigued, however much it exercises. It is so tirelessly strong, this Pokemon can swim back and forth across the Pacific Ocean without effort.
Which version?
That was Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Also is mentioned in Emerald. Okay, now I got Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum with its extremely tough muscles that can keep swimming in the Pacific Ocean without resting.
Also,
Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, they should have known better.
Yeah, no, they should have known by then. That's...
Heart Gold says it.
Heart Gold says
Heart
it?
Gold says it.
Oh.
Holy crap. Black and White, and Black and White 2. With its extremely tough muscles, it can keep swimming in the Pacific Ocean without resting.
Also,
holy crap! It doesn't end. X and Y, it says the exact same Pokedex entry. Oh, X specifically, it mentions the Pacific Ocean.
Is there really nothing else interesting about Poliwrath they could have brought up? That they keep using this frickin' Pacific Ocean
I will
crap?
say, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it's the exact same entry from Ruby and Sapphire, except they change it to this Pokemon can swim back and forth across the ocean without effort.
God.
So, Gen 6, it took them until Generation 6 to stop mentioning the Pacific Ocean. I'm checking up.
No.
No.
Don't you dare.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl mentions the Pacific Ocean. Wow. It does not mention it in Scarlet and Violet, thankfully.
Thank God.
That
What does
is
it say in
insane.
Scarlet and Violet?
Same thing we basically been seeing. Scarlet, although it's skilled in a style of dynamic swimming that uses all its muscles.
The swimming is the most interesting thing about this water-type Pokemon.
For some reason, it lives on dry land. Yes, it's well-developed arms is for Violet. It can use its well-developed arms and legs to run on the surface of the water for a split second.
So it just...
I can run on dash.
For a split second, I can run on water, too, until I'm in the water. That's so stupid.
That's really funny. Yeah, basically, he's just a good, strong swimmer. And even in Generation 8, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, they name drop a real-world location. That's actually insane. All right, we got one more to look at, though, guys. Politoed. Jokum, would you like to do the honors?
Yes. Gold! If Poliwag and Poliwhirl hear its echoing cry, they respond by gathering from far and wide.
But not Poliwrath.
It's almost like Poliwrath is a mistake and shouldn't exist, and Politoed is the true evolution.
Yeah, that's my headcanon.
Oh, God.
It goes from tadpoles to frogs. It makes sense.
And Poliwrath is just angry because he's unfinished.
Yes, exactly.
Silver. When 3 or more of these get together, they sing in a loud voice that sounds like bellowing. That's cool. It's still a frog, just a frog.
Yeah.
But Crystal, when it expands its throat... Oh my, it's hard to talk with Invisalign.
The Invisalign, yo.
When it expands its throat to croak out a tune, nearby Poliwag and Poliwhirl gather immediately. Old hat.
I think you've said this before, but I really do wish every single new Pokedex entry was different.
Yeah.
It cannot possibly be that hard. Maybe in remakes, keep them the same, I'll give you that. But in a new Pokemon game, just give them a new entry. It's not hard.
I like that for Ruby and Sapphire, they have the Ruby entry. Like the Ruby bar is smaller than the Sapphire, even though they're in the same...
It's sad. It is sad. I'll agree.
Ruby, and Sapphire. The curled hair on Politoed's head is proof of its status as a king. It is said that the longer and more curled the hair, the more respect this Pokemon earns from its peers. I need to look at that. That's a hair?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what I thought it was, but I don't like thinking of it as a hair.
Even in human society, the more longer and curved a thing is, the better.
What the Did we curse? I think I cursed in one of these videos.
I think last episode you cursed.
You're gonna have to.
Hopefully, I remember to edit that out.
Yikes!
Yikes!
There's something wrong with you on like a spiritual level.
You mean because of my long and curved comment? You know, well, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about hot
Emerald.
dogs.
The curled hair on his head proves his status as king. It is said that the longer hair. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, same thing.
Did I already say Emerald? Is that one?
No, I think Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald were all the same.
They gather on moonlit nights to form a large chorus. Their cries sound angry and not at all pleasant.
What?
But they are certainly distinctive. What the hell?
Sun and Moon gave like a really edgy energy to a lot of Pokedex entries.
Moon. It's the leader of Poliwag and Poliwhirl, as it should be.
Not Poliwrath.
Yeah. When Politoed roars, they all cower in fear. Okay, Moon! Friggin' Sun and Moon edgelords over here. I want to do more. Okay, Ultra Sun. Although its cries sound like screams, a composer created a beautiful ballad that was influenced by the sounds.
Cool. I want to hear it.
I can't use
that's
the,
interesting.
I can't use the word.
Building.
It is interesting world building. It just still sounds like a word I can't say.
Wait, what sounds like a word you can't say?
Rarted.
Oh, okay.
Ultra Moon. The longer and more luxurious the curled hair on its head, the greater the number of Poliwag and Poliwhirl that will obey it. Okay, so now we get metrics.
Yes, I like that. Good.
Okay. Oh, Shield. This is more interesting. Now I'm only going to pick and choose the ones that are interesting.
No, that's what I did with Poliwrath.
The cry of a male, from Shield, the cry of a male is louder than that of a female. Male Politoed with deep, menacing voices find more popularity with the opposite gender.
Whoa.
So that's cool.
So there's no gay Politoads.
No, but they're all poly. Not that means they're gay.
Great response. That was off the dome, man. Good job. Is that it?
And that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for interesting.
Nice. All right, cool. I think there's a difference between male and female.
And what is that?
We haven't talked about minor gender differences in any of the Pokemon so far.
Have there been that many minor gender?
Oh, yeah. So, especially
in the ones we've looked at.
I mean, I don't know, but especially in Gens 1 to 4, so many Pokemon have minor gender differences.
Trivia would have pointed that out. That would have been in trivia, probably.
Maybe?
Like Torchic has a
butthole.
I was gonna say a gaping. I was gonna. Can we say the ASS word?
I think we've said it before.
Yeah, Torchic has a gaping asshole.
It's not gaping. It's a single pixel. Can you tell the difference between male and female Politoed?
Is one slightly different color?
Nope. Time's up.
The cheek sack.
Yes, their cheek sack. Good job.
Man, the male does have a big sack.
The males have bigger
pink
sacks.
sack.
Yes, and the women's sacks just as pretty but smaller.
Also, we're not talking shinies right now, but like Politoed shiny looks really good.
Shiny is the best of the bunch.
Really good.
We'll describe it more in detail later. First, we have to do abilities.
Oh.
So, through the original trilogy of these Pokemon, it stays the same the entire time. Politoed gets a new hidden ability, though. So let's talk about 4 different abilities. The first one is Water Absorb, an ability we've talked about a few times. The Pokemon heals up to a quarter of its maximum hit points when hit with Water-type moves. So good.
Yeah, it's really
Pretty good. It gives you an immunity. I mean, it's already not very effective, but still. Another one you talked about a few times, Damp. Explosion, self-destruct, Mind Blown, and Misty Explosion will not work while the Pokemon is on the field. Very bad. Could use a bit of a retooling, if you ask me. And then finally, probably the ability we have encountered most on this podcast. Want to take a guess?
Intimidate?
Wrong. One more guess.
Swift Swim?
Correct.
Yay.
When rainy, the Pokemon speed doubles.
Okay.
So again, that's a good ability.
Yeah.
As always with water types, always good for a rain team because it'll boost their water type damage. Now your Poliwrath can go double speed. It's good, but not nearly as good as Politoed's hidden ability and what it is most known for. Move over, you crappy Pelipper, because Politoed's hidden ability is Drizzle. Weather changes to heavy rain when the Pokemon enters the battle.
Is heavy rain different than regular rain, or
No.
Okay, so it's just rain.
Just rain.
Okay.
So that's great. He is, notably, Wolfie VGC, the 2 or 3 time world champ, I think 2, loves Politoed and famously uses him on Perish Trap teams for a little bit of trivia that I know that Bulbapedia won't have.
But then the problem is then you're not using a Pelipper.
Yeah. That's
So
not a problem.
You lose out on the Pelipper.
I will say Pelipper is nice because he also has Tailwind, and he has the ability to heal himself with Stockpile and Swallow. You love that a little too much.
What, that it likes to swallow?
Yeah.
I'm going to vomit on you.
No, you're not. No, you're going to spit up on me. Are you going to spit up on me? All right, let's do stats next, shall we? Let's do Poliwrath first. Then we'll do Politoed. Poliwrath has a respectable 510 base stat total.
I don't respect that.
It's-
I don't respect Poliwrath.
That's fine. I'm not going to say you have to,
No.
but you got to admit, game is game.
It's not game. Politoed is... Dang it, I can't curse. There's so many things I want to say. Politoed it has that long curved hair.
Yes.
And let's just say it shows.
I told you, man. You love it when they're long and curved.
No.
HP is 90. Physical attack is a little lower than I thought it'd be. 95. So not awful. That's a decently good physical attack. Actually, you know what? It makes sense. His stats aren't like the same across the board, but they're pretty freaking even. Defense is also 95, so that's good. Special attack, too high. It's 70. Does not need to be that high.
Yeah.
Special defense, 90.
Okay.
So he's decently bulky. In speed, 70. So you give him Swift Swim, he's going to outspeed almost anything.
I think that they should move some from special attack into speed.
Into
Get that up to
speed
90, yeah.
and get his physical attack up to 100, I would say. Just 5 more points, maybe move it to 110 even. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I agree. Remember that, though, ladies and gentlemen, because now we have Politoed. 10 less base stat total for no reason. HP is still 90. Physical attack is now 75.
Okay.
Defense is now 75.
Okay.
Special attack is 90. So you're like
not
just on the
impressive.
cusp of me like saying, okay, you can be a mixed attacker. But still, you might just want to run specially. I don't know, his move pool. We'll check later when we get into move pool. Special defense, a really good 100.
Yeah.
So again, still decently bulky. Speed is still 70. So I would say Politoed and Poliwrath are both fine competitively. I'd say they're both fine. Politoed gets used in competitive probably less than Pelipper because Pelipper can set up things like Tailwind.
Politoed is less than Pelipper?
I would say.
Whoa.
I'd say Politoed is a little bit more niche. Let's go ahead and do their move sets now, though. Again, we're going to start with Poliwrath. Since Poliwrath is a stone evolution, it doesn't get level up moves, not in the same way. So let's go ahead and do Poliwhirl really fast. Leveling up, you can get things like Bubble Beam, Body Slam, Earth Power. Earth Power through level up. Poliwhirl?
How old is Earth Power as a move?
How old?
Yeah.
Like, wait, you mean
Is
what
it from
level?
Gen 1?
No, it's not from Gen 1. I'm looking at Scarlet and Violet. Like I usually
weird. Okay,
do.
because what I'm thinking is like, is that a remnant from when Pokemon was stupider?
No, I
From Jupiter?
want to say Earth Power wasn't introduced until Gens 3 or 4.
I think 3, maybe? I feel like I remember using Pokemon with Earth Power in Gen 3.
Well, let's find out. Earth Power was introduced in Gen 4.
Gen 4?
Yep.
What was I using? Maybe I was using... What's the one that, like, the ability or the type changes?
The type changes?
Based on, like... Is it, like...
The Protean?
Secret Power?
Oh. I thought you said ability. Yeah, Secret or Hidden Power.
Hidden Power.
Hidden Power changes... What is Hidden
randomly.
Power? It's not random.
But I think it's like, your Pokemon could be a fire Hidden Power. Like,
no, because
I'm pretty sure it's random what type of Hidden Power is.
I don't think it's random because
Like,
everybody was
based
always
on the
like,
Pokemon.
make sure you have Hidden Power Fire specifically on like Sylveon or whatever. Yeah, Jokum's Googling this now. I'm very curious. Secret Power, I believe, was like based on your environment. Does that sound right? Or no, that's Nature Power. Secret Power. Wait, what the heck did Secret Power do?
What?
Okay, so it appears like
There's
it's
a
based
level
on
of randomness.
IVs. There
That
is a
sucks.
level of randomness, but I know for like competitive usages back before Hidden Power was deleted from the game, people would be like, "Hey, run Hidden Power blank on this Pokemon."
Maybe they were using like
They knew how to set
Action
specific
replays.
IVs. Oh gosh, I don't think so because you can't use action replayed Pokemon in actual competitive games. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I am not knowing this information. But moving on through its moveset, Hydro Pump at 48, Belly Drum at 56, and then Double Edge at 66. So, not the greatest moveset of all time. I'm going to go back to Poliwrath for TMs.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was just a Poliwhirl.
Yes, because with the exception of Dynamic Punch, which Poliwrath gets upon evolution, it is a physical fighting type attack that does 100 damage with 50 accuracy. The user attacks by punching the target with full concentrated power. This also confuses the target. Hence why it has 50 accuracy. It does a lot of damage with a guaranteed confuse. But that's why on Machamp, if you run no guard, you'll hit this 100% of the time. Very, very good attack. TM-wise, it gets fun moves like Water Pulse and Low Kick. Bulldoze, which would make more sense than Earth Power at this point since you have a higher physical attack. Icy Wind, not a lot of really good stuff. Rock Tomb, Brick Break. Okay, there's Ice Punch and Drain Punch. That's pretty good. Waterfall, Rock Slide, Poison Jab. Okay, I'm liking this more. Psychic, if you want to run him specially, I guess. Liquidation, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Blizzard, Earthquake, Focus Blast, Close Combat. That's nice. And just some other basic water and fighting moves. Vacuum Wave, Whirlpool, Muddy Water, Throat Chop. That was dark. Yeah, so nothing crazy. I would say that is a fairly diverse moveset. I would say that's not bad. Politoed, on the other hand, upon evolution, he gets Bounce, the physical flying type attack that does 85 damage with 85 accuracy. At least it has the chance to cause paralysis.
Does Bounce... The Bounce isn't a two-turn move. It is
indeed,
a two-turn.
Yeah, like
Why
Fly
do they
and
give
Sky
85
Attack.
accuracy?
I don't know why they give two-turn
sucks.
attacks a low accuracy. It should just be 100. Else you
Yeah.
waste, quite literally, 2 turns. It makes no sense. TMs are looking identical. I'm not seeing anything of note that's different, if I'm being honest. I think they get the exact same TMs, guys. Yeah, I'm not going to bother rereading everything for you. They get the same TMs. So yeah, as far as strategies go, like I was talking about earlier with Wolfie and his team, Perish Song, Politoed, plus
Perish Song Politoed Plus.
Yeah, great alliteration. Plus, one of Jokum and I's favorite Pokemon, Gothitelle. Because she gets the ability Arena Trap, or whatever the other version is. I think Arena Trap is Doug Trio's. What's the other one?
I don't know.
Wobbuffet also has it, if that helps.
Nope.
It's not Arena Trap, is it? Shadow Tag.
Okay.
Shadow Tag makes it so your opponent cannot switch out of battle. So in a double battle, you have Politoed and another Pokemon out. Politoed uses Perish Song. He immediately switches. Then and then you switch in Gothitelle. You also have to switch out your other Pokemon, but it's fine. And as long as your Gothitelle and whatever other Pokemon you put out can survive, your opponents are gonna die in 3 turns, which is really nice. So just like protect every other turn, basically. So that's a really cool gimmick you can do with Politoed. Obviously, it is a rain setter, so I would say you have to have a Pelipper or Politoed on your rain team, unless you want to run somebody with Rain Dance, which is fine. Like a Tornadus or Thundurus that has Prankster, Or Kyogre if you allow legendaries, because they also get Drizzle. But as far as Poliwrath goes for strategies, I don't know, man. He hit hard. What else am I going to say? Put him on your rain team and let him go fast and hit hard.
We're not like the biggest strategists here.
Yeah. So. Maybe for every strategy section, we should have been looking up their freaking Smogon tier.
Yeah, but like we don't do professional.
Yeah, I've never done real competitive.
I don't know how many people listen to this for expecting professional advice, or do they just want to know facts about a Pokemon?
Yeah, we just teach you facts about Pokemon and have a good time. But yeah, that's all I have for the two of them. If you want to use them on like a normal in-game playthrough, I think Poliwrath would be a lot of fun. Like I said, Water and Fighting is a really rare type. The only other Pokemon it's on is a legendary. I think he's legendary now since Sword and Shield. That being Keldeo, and the starter Quaquaval. So it's a pretty rare type if you want to give it a chance. Since it's a rare type, let's talk about its weaknesses like we never do. It is weak to Electric, Grass, Flying, Psychic, and Fairy. So the types really don't complement each other very well. The types kind of keep all their weaknesses. But it is resistant to Fire, Water, Ice, Bug, Rock, and Dark and Steel.
Oh wow, that's like 7?
Decent amount of weaknesses. Resistances, rather.
Yeah. Okay.
So honestly, like I said, pretty good type. And then Politoed Solo Water. It's only weak to Electric and Grass. You know that. Jokum, you want to take a look at these shinies?
Yes, more than anything.
So check out Poliwag.
Horrible.
Practically no change.
Practically no change.
Horrible. I think a great shiny for Poliwag would be black.
Yeah.
Don't change the colors of his belly or his lips, but making him black, even like a really dark gray, would look so good. Because I think. Go ahead.
I don't know if it should be black with those lips.
Make it like a really bright pink or something, like a light pink. I think would be fabulous.
Okay, yeah, pink, like a Jigglypuff Kirby pink would be good.
And then there's Poliwhirl. It's very light blue.
It's pretty bad. It's better, but it's still pretty bad.
I think what would be really cool for Poliwhirl would be to make it black. Okay. Even if it's like a really dark gray.
that could be sick. Cool. Yeah, there we go. Now we're in the realm of like, that's okay.
And then Poliwrath changes significally. It goes from blue to a kind of washed out green.
An early gen green. Not even a good green.
But it's a green frog. It's a green frog. I don't mind that.
Yeah, of all the Pokemon that could be green, that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. And then the one, the only, Cotton Candy Politoed.
Gosh. This is why Politoed F's. Yeah. While Poliwrath just gets L's.
He gets Cockadoodle Dude.
Yeah. I don't even know where to go. Yeah, but it's got
It's
a great
great.
shiny.
It's like a really
Honestly,
nice blue and pink.
I want a sitting cutie of Politoed shiny.
Yeah,
That'd
if
be cute.
only they did shiny sitting
Yeah.
cuties. Gosh, man.
They would sell.
They would sell. Everybody who bought, like...
Pokemon Company, Frank exists. There are people who will purchase useless...
Not useless. The second Minior sitting cutie dropped on Mecha Japan because they're not available on the official English PokemonCenter.com. I bought it immediately. I don't know when it's gonna arrive, but I am
so you have
stoked. Not yet. I should have it as soon as it ships to me. That's the only one I'm gonna buy online because I don't want to pay for shipping.
Are you gonna get Serena?
I can if you want me to. I can get you
for
Serena.
yourself. I don't need Serena. No,
I can get you
I don't
Serena.
need that in my house. No, I don't.
I'll get the Serena and a big jar for you.
Gulp, are you sure? Gulp.
Trust me, I have a big list of sitting cuties I want to get when I return to Japan. What? Don't look at me like that.
I've been looking at Giratina, the Giratina sitting cutie, and how awesome it is.
It is so
Giratina
awesome.
sitting cutie encapsulates how awesome Giratina is.
Yeah, it really does, man.
And then Palkia sucks.
Yeah, Palkia's is kind of dopey.
It's not even just. I think Palkia just sucks in general.
I like
Dialga and
Palkia.
Giratina are so much better than Palkia.
They are. I'll give you that. I can't bring myself to hate Palkia, especially not in the movies where it has a sick ass cry. Yeah, you
Darkrai was cooler than Palkia. I think I remember Palkia's cry. I just
yeah,
don't
it
care enough.
stands out. It's iconic. Is there anything else we do before getting to trivia, Jogum? Oh, alternate forms. What are we gonna do to these frogs, boy?
Get rid of Poliwrath.
Just entirely.
Yes, that's my alternate form.
Oh gosh.
And or give them both. No. Okay, give Politoed. So I don't know, some kind of mega. I don't know, but give Poliwrath a mega that is just a frog. Allow it to finally become a full frog. Just a PNG of a frog.
I think a mega could work. Especially if they keep it water fighting, though I wouldn't bother changing its type for any reason. Mega Politoed, I do think water and fairy is in order.
Yeah.
I think you could make it into like a frog prince sort of theme.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be really good. Give it like a cute little, like a proper crown since it evolves with the King's Rock. Give it a cute little cape. I don't know if you want to pull this out of the ass. Maybe a scepter or something. Maybe it's made out of bubbles.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun.
And then Poliwrath can be like Guts from Berserk.
Horrifically depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
great
like
song.
that, like that.
It's a good song.
I don't really see them doing an alternate form that isn't water, because it's a tadpole.
Yeah.
Maybe make it
A salamander?
Water. Ooh. Maybe it can become a salamander. Maybe like water ground or something.
Yeah, make it muddy.
Yeah.
Like the Poliwhirl can evolve into one more thing. Is that what we're saying?
Oh, sure. Why not? I was thinking, like, what if there was a convergent evolution? Like Toad School.
And Toad's Cruel being a plant.
Yes, that. Whatever. Toad. I'm like
Or
blanking
mushroom.
on their
Toad's
their
Cruel
names.
and Toadstool. No.
No, Tentacruel.
Tentacruel.
I was forgetting Tentacruel and Toad's Cruel.
Toad's Cruel.
Yes.
And then
Tentacool and Toad School instead of
Toad's
Stool.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do a convergent evolution where maybe it's a other little creature.
A little bug? Perhaps a water skitter?
Little bug.
Like a little water bug that skitters around?
Maybe. Oh, dude, I meant to mention this to you. Katrina and I saw this video on Instagram of this restaurant in Japan. It's like an hour outside of Tokyo, so we're probably not going to visit it. But it served bear meat, monkey meat.
The forbidden meat of the monkey?
Yes. Among, like, a bunch of other, like, really odd meats. There was, like, bird fetus and stuff like that. It wasn't balut in the same way you think of it. It was just literal,
Embryo?
like, tiny little bird. Not inside the egg.
That's sad.
Really sad and weird. Jokum, I put my hands on your shoulders for this. They had horse penis sake. And on top of that, the reason that made me think of it, there was like a whole water bug they gave you to eat. Giant whole water bug.
Alive?
I don't think it was alive. It looked very dead in the video.
But like, how did they prepare it?
Great question, because you could look at it and tell it was a water bug still. I gotta find that video again. And Katrina was the one who found it. Maybe it'll be in like her watch history or something. But if it wasn't like we've like packed our future Japan trip with like a ton of stuff. If it wasn't an hour, a little over an hour outside of Tokyo, I would absolutely go.
For the bear meat?
For the bear and monkey meat.
For the bear and monkey meat, I would go.
Gosh.
The sweet forbidden meat of the monkey.
I know.
Oh my god.
I want to try monkey so bad.
It's probably not going to be very good.
No. What was one of the... There was one thing they said they tried... Oh, it was crow meat. Crow meat. They said it was dry and a little, not great.
Crows are not known for their, like, fat succulence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why eat a crow? They're just doing their funny little thing.
Sheer oddity of it.
Yeah, it's like with the French eating those songbirds.
The French eat songbirds?
There's that little songbird that you had to, like, the gimmick was you had to eat it with your eyes closed because... Oh, no, you had to eat it underneath a cloth because you didn't want God to see what you did.
Oh, my gosh. Come on.
It's something like that.
That's so
you
stupid.
You drown a songbird in like, cognac or wine or something. Uh-huh. And then you, like, cook it.
You have to drown it?
Drown it to death in, like,
oh,
liquor.
My gosh.
It's horrible.
Oh, that is
French.
horrible. I hate the French.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean that with love.
I hear everywhere outside of Paris is nicer.
When I was in France, I went to Paris pretty much exclusively, but I did go to Disneyland while I was there. Technically, it is Disneyland Paris, but it's outside enough of Paris where I felt like I traveled out a little bit, but I need to go back to France so I cannot go to Paris.
I want to go to... Well, this is completely unrelated, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, guys.
I want to go to France so bad, only to see the giant frickin' bridge.
There's
a giant bridge in like the southern mountainous region of France. Hold on.
All right, we're looking at this bridge, and of course, when I say we, I mean me.
You guys don't get to see this.
You can Google it.
Giant bridge. I will tell you guys the
name
of it.
Whoa!
Millau Viaduct. The Millau Viaduct is insane.
That's huge.
No one talks about this thing.
That's a feat of engineering.
It is. The guy who designs like the Apple stores made it, and like
what the heck?
Freaking enormous.
It's
kilometers long.
That's gotta be bigger than the Golden Gate Bridge.
No, it's much bigger than the Golden Gate Bridge. They had to when they were deciding the color, they were like, "Oh, what color do we make it? Because if we make it red, it's gonna look terrible." Because that was one of their ideas, like the Golden Gate Bridge. And then the locals were like, "No,
don't do that."
But then he had to decide whether to make it a dark color or a light color, right? Because if it was a dark color, it would blend in with the landscape.
Yep.
But the thing is, locals would be looking at it, and locals are on the ground.
Yeah.
So make it white so that it blends in with the sky more, and it looks amazing.
That does look amazing.
I
That's
would
such a
love
cool bridge.
to frickin'
travel
go to this
over
bridge.
it.
I just want to travel over it. It looks crazy. And it was like they needed this giant bridge because the area there is so mountainous, but like so much of travel between and like commerce between Spain and the rest of Europe had to go through this mountainous pass. So they built that, and it paid for itself, and I think like maybe months or years.
No wonder.
In just a few years, it paid for itself in just the commerce that it allowed.
That's absolutely ginormous. That is the size of mountains.
Guys, this is why we do public infrastructure. This bridge doesn't need to pay for itself by charging people. It pays for itself by the commerce it allows for. Anyways.
All right, sorry guys. That was a solid like maybe 3 minutes of off topic, but it was worth it for that bridge. Definitely go look that up. There's a decent amount of Poliwag trivia.
Time to leave it.
No, don't you dare get on your phone.
I'm not going to get on my...
You're on your phone.
I'm not on my phone.
Poliwag is Satoshi Tajiri's favorite Pokemon.
Wow.
There it is. In its Fire Red Pokedex entry, it is stated Poliwag has black skin. I didn't even notice that. The Ruby and Sapphire Pokedex entry... I just said a black Poliwag would be great. The Ruby and Sapphire Pokedex entry for Poliwhirl states that Poliwhirl's skin is covered in oily fluid. The same applies for Poliwag. It might be a case similar to the common bilberry. The berry itself is black, but covered in a wax-like coating that makes it look blue.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
I'm pretty sure the blueberries we pick in Norway are actually bilberries.
They look like blueberries. Good lord.
Yeah, okay, those are what we pick in Norway. We always just call them blåbär.
Hvordan har
But
du
maybe they're
det?
just bilbär.
Bilberries.
Bilbär or something.
In the official Pokemon handbook published by Scholastic, the back cover says, "Did you know that the swirls on Poliwhirl's stomach changes direction when it evolves into Poliwag? However, Poliwhirl evolves from, not into, Poliwag." Generation V, that's 5, is that 5? That's 5.
Yeah, that's 5.
Changed Poliwag's base experience yield from 77 to 60, making it the only Pokemon whose
Why
base
did you
experience
raise your
yield
voice to try
is
to
the
did you raise your
same
voice to get my
as its
attention?
national dex number.
Did you raise your voice to get my attention? Because
A little
was
bit.
horribly boring. It was so boring.
It was very interesting, actually. In Pokemon Adventures, Poliwag holds the record as the Pokemon who takes the least amount of time to evolve twice, taking only 1 chapter. It shares this with Caterpie and Togepi. Wow. Poliwag shares its species name with Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, and Timepole. They are all known as the Tadpole Pokemon. In Generation 6, Poliwag and Ditto had the same cry. That late? Into the games?
Really?
What the
Weird.
heck? Why? VI is 6, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. A prototype design of Poliwag was shown on Game Freak's official Japanese website in 1997. Okay, even I found that one boring. The red and blue Pokedex entries state Poliwag are born without legs. However, with the addition of Pokemon eggs in the next generation, Poliwag are shown to be born with legs. Wah wah. Have anything to say, Jokum?
Not really.
Put your phone away, boy.
No.
Origin. Poliwag is based on a tadpole. The spiral pattern on its belly is supposed to represent how the internal organs of tadpoles and most glass frog genera are sometimes seen through their transparent abdominal skin. It also resembles a hypnotic spiral, which is the likely reason why it learns the move Hypnosis. Poliwag's Pokemon Silver Pokedex entries saying that the direction of its belly spirals differs by area relative to the equator may allude to the Coriolis effect. Are you familiar with the
Is that the
Coriolis
thing
effect?
with like the clouds?
That's why the toilet water spins backwards in Australia.
I don't.
That's
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure
I
that's
think
a
that's
myth.
just a. I think it's just a
the
myth.
design of the toilet.
The Coriolis, in physics, the Coriolis force is a fictitious force that acts on objects in motion within a frame of reference that rotates with respect to an inertial frame. I'm done with this. Poliwag may be derived from Poliwog, outdated term for tadpole.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is formed from Middle English words pole, meaning head, and wigglin, to wiggle.
Oh, that's cute.
It may also involve wag, to swing from side to side. Poliwhirl, I imagine, is going to have a lot of the same trivia, so we might get to skip a lot of it. The logo for the Pokemon Center in Tokyo featured Poliwhirl until it was replaced by Piplup in July 2007.
Oh.
Poliwhirl was also featured prominently on the center of the November 22nd, 1999 issue of Time magazine.
Okay.
Poliwhirl shares its category. Yep, we know that. Oh boy. Do I want to read this? So there are design variations with Poliwag, like there were for Ursaring.
Poliwag or Poliwhirl?
Whirl, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
Bah. In early, that's what I'm reading.
Goat mode.
In early media, Poliwhirl was occasionally depicted with separate fingers rather than the usual mitten-like gloves.
Oh.
This is seen in many of its early sprites, as well as in its artwork from Pokemon Red and Blue. From Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green onwards, Poliwhirl consistently has mitten-like hands. Yeah, that is very interesting. Origin. Poliwhirl may be based on a tadpole and a frog.
No way.
Spiral pattern, we know that. Hypnosis. Its evolution is based on a tadpole's metamorphosis. Its arms appear to be based on gloves. What the heck? And with its fighting type evolved form in mind, they may be based on boxing gloves. Poliwhirl may be a combination of Poliwog and a whirl or whirlpool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, did you know that, Jokum? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Poliwrath. In Generation 2, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, a man in Celadon City with a Poliwrath says that he hopes that it will evolve into a frog Pokemon one day. Although the Pokemon he was thinking of is most likely Politoed, it is too late, as it is Poliwhirl, not Poliwrath, that evolves into Politoed while holding a King's Rock.
It's so sad. Do you think he's just gonna put it away in the vault?
Probably not, because Poliwrath is still a pretty decent Pokemon.
No.
For a regular game playthrough, yeah.
No.
Prior to Generation 6, Poliwrath
no way to back that up.
and its evolutionary, yes, I know you are, counterpart Politoed shared the same base stat total. Oh no.
What?
Poliwrath and Politoed used to have the same base stat
They
total.
nerfed Politoed?
This changed in Generation 6 when Poliwrath received a 10-point increase to its attack.
Poliwrath was increased?
Poliwrath was increased in its attack specifically, so its attack used to be lower.
They should have raised both of them, Politoed and Poliwrath.
But Politoed did not receive a stat increase. It shares this counterpart difference with Beautifly. Remember how Beautifly got a little buff and Dustox didn't?
Oh, frick.
Yeah.
I hate that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Wow. Our Wurmple episode is so long ago.
It was a long time ago. That was like first 10 or 15 episodes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Look where we are now.
Design variations between Poliwraths all seem to be like saying the same thing pretty much. I don't care, guys. Barely changed. Oh, early design for Poliwrath revealed on Game Freak's official website depicts it wearing a crown similar to the King's Rock. Interesting. So it used to have a crown and what looks like an actual. Well, thank you, website, for refreshing on me while I was trying to zoom in to the beta sprite.
Yeah, that sucks.
Little mouth. Almost
Is that a little smiley face?
It looks like it.
Oh, that's really cute.
It's a lot better.
I wish they kept that chubby little design.
Yep. Origin, Poliwrath may be based on a tadpole and a frog. We know that. Glass frog, hypnosis, and all that. Its brawny body and newfound fighting type could be an interpretation of mature frogs' bulky bodies and vastly heightened muscle mass and strength in comparison to the tadpole. It may also be a reference to the physical prowess of swimming athletes. Poliwrath may be a combination of Poliwag and...
Sloth? No, Lust. It's Lust.
Correct! Moving on.
Because he is Polly.
It's Wrath. Jokum, do you know what it's time for?
I'm always wrong. Oh, we're past trivia, so now it's time for merch, search, and search.
Nope, just merch and search. Oh, look at these new Pokemon puppets they made. They have finger puppets and hand puppets.
I'll appreciate that more when I have kids.
Why don't you appreciate it now?
They're puppets for children.
I mean, I would never buy one of these puppets, and I'm an ultimate Pokemon merch collector. But if I had a kid, I would absolutely buy the little puppet and go, oh, that's
You know, Frank, that can be arranged.
You're going to bear my children? If you bear my children, I will have children.
I can't bear your children, though.
If you bear my children, I'll have children.
I guess you're not going to have children.
Yes! Yes, I win!
You see me again. Frank, I'm Mpreg Joe now.
That's fine, too.
No, I don't want to be Mpreg, please.
So, there is a Poliwag Pokemon Comfy Cuddlers
That's
plush.
pretty cute.
Very adorable.
That's pretty cute.
Cute little Poliwag pin that's 10 freaking bucks. Hopefully it's pretty big.
$10 for a good pin like that?
I don't like paying more than like $7 or $8 for a single pin. Even then, I'm like, ugh. Sunlit Marsh Pokemon Tropical Fitted Tank comes with a lot of water types, including Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Slowpoke, Magikarp, Totodile, Greninja, Marill. All right, so mostly Gen 1 Pokemon, but I like seeing Greninja and Totodile on there at least. Oh, and Dratini for some reason. That's not a water type. Womp womp.
Didn't you find it in the water in the olden days?
I think you technically found it in the water.
Yeah.
In Heart Gold, in Soul Silver, I know you find it in that one cave that has water.
I remember finding it in was it on the route like south of the starter town going towards in Kanto. there was like that starter town, and right below it, once you got surfed, you could get to like
Oh,
that one city.
yeah.
I think it was down there.
I don't remember.
wrong.
I don't.
It was like the Mewtwo.
I don't
The
remember
Mewtwo
much
lab
about
was down in
Kanto.
that city down there.
Yes. That wasn't the first town, but yes,
wasn't
that
the
was
first town?
Cerulean City.
Sure.
I think it was where Misty's gym is. And I think you have to beat the champion in order to access it. Even if you have surf, there's a
really?
guy blocking the door.
Oh, okay.
There's a really strong Pokemon in here, bro. You don't want to go in till you've proven yourself. He said something like that.
What was the really strong Pokemon?
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo was on the way down to that city?
Mewtwo is in the cave that's in that city.
Oh. No, I was just talking about the route down.
I don't think you go down from your starting city to get
Oh, no,
there.
yeah. Mewtwo's in the cave in the top left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about...
So you're not talking about the Mewtwo
There was like
cave.
there was a Mewtwo. The lab for Mewtwo, I think, was in like
The lab.
I think it was like the bottom left
yes,
of the map.
that's in...
Hold on, we're
No,
solving
that's
it.
in Blaine's cities.
Hold on.
What's the name of that freaking city? Oh, gosh. Kanto region is so boring.
Hey. Yes.
Yeah, you agree.
This one down here, Cinnabar Island.
Cinnabar
Island, right? And this is Pallet Town.
Yeah,
it is south of
yeah,
Pallet
yeah,
Town.
yeah.
Bottom left of the map.
Okay, I thought you were talking
go
about
down.
Cerulean City.
Yeah, no, where's Cerulean City? Oh, city.
It's up a little. That's Pewter. Oh, wait, where's it? Oh, it's right way over there.
Wow.
Jeez.
I hate to say it. I'm nostalgic for this.
I am a little nostalgic for it. And I guess it was a lot more interesting in like Let's Go
Wow.
Pikachu and Eevee because it's 3D and looked fantastic.
Is this Mewtwo was like up here?
Yeah, he was in that cave.
Yeah.
To that-
Was
to the left
Zapdos
right over there.
somewhere over here? Or?
There was a power plant Zapdos was in, I think. I
Yeah.
might be thinking of Platinum, but also Poliwag Sitting Cutie is sold out, and it is sitting and cute.
Yeah.
All right, let's look up Poliwhirl.
I feel like it being a Gen 1, as always, it's used in stuff, right?
It's gonna be.
It's used in merch.
Big old $10 pin. They got the 3-pack. A couple more clothing options. There's a Poliwhirl Pokemon Dolls plush that's sold out, and its Sitting Cutie is also
Is the
sold
one on the
out.
left the sitting?
The one on the right is
Oh.
the Sitting Cutie. The one
The
on the
one
left
is it's got like these big
it's got
black
simplified eyes. I think that's what separates them. Dolls and other plushes, I mean. Poliwrath, on the other hand. Let's see this bad boy.
That's what happens when my the people in my polycule feel my wrath. It's my Poliwrath.
Why is Pokemon Center making me complete a puzzle to prove I'm a human?
Because only smart people can buy. It's not humanity. It's about intelligence, Frank. You should be honored.
Poliwrath is featured on a Pokemon X East Pack backpack and pencil case.
Okay, that's.
Plus, there's another $10 pin, and its Sitting Cutie is available.
I hate that the difference is like maybe its shoulders are a little higher and then
Yeah.
its eyes are angry.
Yep, that's the difference. Politoed Sitting Cutie's
what?
available.
That one, the Politoed Pokemon Soda Pop plush to the right,
He's so fat.
So fat.
Yeah, it's got no neck.
I sprayed Frank with some.
There was a little
Spit.
spittle now.
Is that a magic? Not a magic. A Mudkip.
A Mudkip Summer Stream Pokemon Spinning Scenes pin with
That's
a
I
Politoed?
like that. I like that.
That's adorable. I like that too.
It's
And
got
there's
Mudkip on it. I like it.
There's not another like $10 regular pin of Politoed, but there is a pixel pin of Politoed. I've been alliterating like crazy today.
Yeah, you're that's pretty impressive.
So I would say like
A high B.
mid B
Mid-B?
tier
Okay, I'll
because
go
like
mid-B.
it's still not that excessive. Them being on shirts and jackets.
It's more than like a Golduck.
Golduck might have more
Because
because it's connected to Psyduck, and Psyduck's gonna be on everything.
Yeah, Psyduck is gonna be on everything. It's more than Weeping Bell.
It's more than Weeping Bell. Absolutely. Well, Jokum, we've done merch. Now it's time you do search.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the part of the
excited.
show where Jokum goes to Google Images and sees if he can find lewd art of Poliwrath and Politoed.
First Poliwrath.
I honestly...
Oh.
Oh.
Someone did the someone recreated the beta design.
It's
and they made
great.
it cute. Oh, with this little crown.
And there's a black Poliwrath. See, he's meant to be black. He looks so good.
he's like Piccolo.
Okay. I really don't see how somebody could lewd Poliwrath. Like, how they could even want to.
He's got a big belly. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, he does indeed have a big belly. Jeez, man, I am so tired of seeing fat or overly inflated Pokemon. It's
Wow, Frank.
so
That's
boring.
pretty regressive of you, bro.
I'll be regressive.
Okay.
In this instance, I'll be that.
I'm sorry, guys. This is not a safe space.
No, this is not a safe space for a fat fetish artist or inflation fetish artist.
That's a good point. It's just a fetish artist.
Yeah.
That Frank rallies against.
As a man with zero fetishes,
Well, here in the anime, Poliwrath and Poliwhirl were spitting out of the center of their swirls.
Yeah.
Like the mouth is in the center of that swirl.
I've never seen them open it like a mouth, but I hate thinking about it like that. Oh, not a thing.
Damn.
Not a single piece of art.
Damn.
But there's still Politoed to see about.
He's a twink.
I wouldn't call him a twink.
Faith that
He's
he's clearly
paunchy.
the twink of the two.
He's a little paunchy though.
Okay, what do you call like the soft fat guys? Like the guys who are like soft and like when they draw art of themselves, they're like really cute, but then you see them in real life and they're like, no.
Oh,
It's a little bit. They're like a soft boy. He's a soft boy. He's a soft boy.
He's a soft boy,
like, if he were to
guys.
draw himself, he would look like this, but then in real life, he would like. It'd be like.
I think Beta Politoed is what Poliwrath should have looked like.
Is this beta?
Yep.
I feel like that looks like Belly Bolt or whatever a little
It
bit.
does, yeah. Minus the big arms, it does kind of look like Belly Bolt. We're talking about Beta Politoed. All right. Look at those car seat covers.
What?
Politoed car seat
Holy
covers.
crap!
Wow.
That is amazing.
From Anime Bape.
Anime, is it Anime Bape or Anime Bape? Politoed Pokemon custom premium car seat covers protector decor on Anime Bape.
That's incredible.
Are these 3D renders? This doesn't look real.
Could be a 3D
But if
render.
I could get a Politoed car seat cover, that would be amazing.
$69.
I can get it with Klarna.
It's Anime Bape because the guy is an ape.
But like,
That's the mascot.
what's the B mean? Why is it anime? Why is there a B between anime?
The B stands for BBQ. Oh, is that fat
there
fetish?
We go. Politoed exclamation mark by Minish on Fur Affinity.
Yeah, it's just a really fat
that's good
orbular
stuff.
Politoed.
That is good stuff.
No, it's not. You know it's not. It's bad stuff, actually.
Okay, there's just a picture from the Smogon forums of a Politoed with an umbrella next to a Totoro like Ludicolo, and the Ludicolo's eyes look so haunted, and it's wonderful.
That's pretty good. Oh,
Like this?
yeah, it's made by Fur
That is
Affinity.
really cute.
I don't think it's bad.
All right, this is Spotlight for Good fan art from Fur Affinity. Politoed by Mithrikas.pocket on Fur Affinity. It's
Very cute. It's like a
It's super
human-like
little anthro.
Politoed, and she's very cute.
Yeah.
They finally some good Fur Affinity art.
Oh, there we go. We got four.
No, we got
four. Oh, with the belly gurbles. Pokevore 186 Politoed by Purpulear.
That's disgusting.
Purpulear on furaffinity.net. Thank you, Purpulear, for making Vor. What does that one say? It's going rumble. What is it? Slorf? Is that a slorf?
I don't
What
care.
is that one?
I don't care.
What do you think it ate?
I don't care. Degenerates, the lot of you.
Oh my god.
We finally find one wholesome piece of Fur Affinity art, and then we're met with something horrid again.
There we go. All right,
Okay,
2P2 Ludes. That makes up for it.
Yeah, whatever.
Now
we get to
jerk
the
part of merch search and jerk.
Apparently, that's part of it.
Well, the jerk is silent.
Jokum, what are you gonna do now?
Now I go to R34, and and then I look up the Pokemon, and I tell you how many entries there are for that Pokemon.
Yep. I think the we gotta like keep track of what the most was so far.
Crap. Wait, Poliwrath is 132.
More than I thought there'd be.
Yep, man, there's such good artists out there. It's got to be said. I'm just saying, like, there's legit.
Why do they use their talents for evil?
This one looks so bad. Oh, the artist is good, but it looks so weird. It's Krogunk. And then
Ew.
Poliwrath is giving it the
business.
the business. All right. No, not Politoed.
What the heck is that?
Politoed. 164.
There's
It's
more. I bet it uses that tongue.
And Politoed is... That's interesting. So with Poliwrath, it was a lot of hetero stuff, but with Politoed, I think it's a lot more gay stuff.
Okay, the guys like their Politoed, or the girls who are oddly obsessed with gay guys. One of the two.
Frank? Did I ever make like your background on your computer? This one art of like who's the water gym leader from Scarlet and Violet? His character design is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Him getting like
No, you never made that my background. I think
Did I just text it to you?
you texted it to the group chat at one point.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, yeah. There's a Politoed giving him the business.
No. Okay, we have the number. You can stop
164
now.
and 130, whatever.
That's crazy. It's more than I thought would be, especially for Poliwrath.
I think we can move on to the next
Holy
segment.
crap, this is
in
going to be a long
peace.
episode.
This is the part of the show where the boys discuss how edible the pocket monsters that we focused on won't be long. Turn up and come along to the segment of the show.
Yes, indeed. It is that time where we find peace in our toads, and then we eat them, and then we kill them.
Yes.
Poliwrath.
Bad
No,
wife.
bad wife.
Okay, so as a Pokemon, solid. Is she better than the mole?
No, I don't think she's better than the mole.
Mole was what? Like 3 point... Was mole solid 3?
And the mole's a 3.
Then Poliwrath was a 2.8.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just barely
It's got
below.
hands to hold.
It's got hands to hold.
It can help you in the kitchen.
Kind of short, actually. How tall do you think Poliwrath is?
Poliwrath is, I'm guessing 4'7".
Very close, 4'3". So it is a short king, or in our case, queen. How tall do you think Politoed is?
4'4".
No, Politoed is a lot shorter.
Really?
3'7".
Weird.
I guess it's not even a full foot shorter, but still, it's 3'7".
Okay.
So, yeah, I would say Poliwrath as just a Pokemon is a 2.8.
Yeah.
Politoed.
He's a 3.5. Oh.
Politoed
It's got those eyes.
is cute,
Cute, yeah.
kissable mouth,
Okay.
hell of a tongue. Can help you cook around the kitchen, hold your hand, good for cuddling. Might be a little slimy, but hey, I've never been one to turn away a little slime. I think Politoed is a solid 4.
All right. It's better than the mole.
Better than the mole.
I like it more than the mole.
Solid 4. Gajinka for Poliwrath?
She loves swimming.
She loves swimming.
She just swims all the
She's
time.
very okay. So I will say she's very muscular.
I think
nice.
I think she swims all the time,
Yeah.
and she's like a fighter because she's fighting type.
Yeah,
Other than that,
yeah.
I don't think it's I think it's more of a neutral kind of marriage. Because she swims all the time. I think it's really cool that she's passionate about swimming.
She's passionate. She competes in swimming.
It doesn't say that they're like irrationally angry.
Yeah,
or,
you're right. Not a
or
single
violent.
Pokedex entry said that.
They're chill. They're fine.
They're chill.
They're
She just
neutral.
has resting B word face.
Yeah, but like
but that's fine.
on like a person that's much with
Yeah.
Poliwrath, it just looks like an angry frog. But like on a
Yeah.
person,
Oh, she has
like
cute
ladies
little frog cheeks.
ladies with resting B face are like,
Yeah, it's fine.
it's kind of cute.
Yeah,
I think it's cute.
successful marriage, I would say. Politoed.
She screams.
She actually screams. Yeah, she sounds a little angry. Is real Politoed gonna be more successful than a woman?
Than just Poliwrath? I think so, because all we know about Politoed is that
She screams.
she screams. It sounds horrible.
Yeah, but you can turn her screams into music.
Yeah, one person did it. You could turn anything into music.
I did hear about this heavy metal band that has a bird as their lead singer. That's pretty cool.
There's an artist called Bird Boy. He makes he's got a good song called Black Cap Chickadee. It goes like Black Cap Chickadee. And then just got
Alright.
little bird sounds. Like
Yeah.
it samples black-capped chickadees
Nice.
for like the it's good. It's really
That's
good.
cool.
Look up
Yeah.
black-capped chickadee. Black-capped chickadee.
There's just not enough about Politoed, I feel, to like really make a specific call.
I think the fact. I mean, she's got a curl. She's got a long curved hair. She got like the what do you call it? The idiot curl in Japan.
Yeah.
The fool curl.
The fool curl.
Because that's cute, but also she just screams. So I would rather go with Poliwrath.
Yeah, me too in this instance. Unsuccessful.
Low tier neutral to unsuccessful.
Yeah. Edible. I'm eating those frog legs, baby.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Both of them.
Oh, my gosh.
Hell yeah.
I'm thinking.
And, well, go ahead.
6.5.
6.5 seems reasonable, and I bet Politoed is going to have more meat than your average frog in that belly. I think you could actually get some decent meat off this frog.
I feel like frogs their bellies are just organs.
Yeah.
I think it's just packed full of organs. You've seen how big the organs are in Poliwrath?
Fair.
Like that his intestines like
Still, though, their legs are going to be great.
the legs are going to be good. I like frog legs.
Do we
Frog
think
legs
we
are
should rank them
genuinely
both in the same
good.
6.5?
Yeah, I think they're both about 6.5. I think Poliwrath might be a little tougher, the meat, but you get more meat.
Yeah.
So like you get more a higher quantity of it. Maybe you're going to want to cook it brisket style,
Sure.
or low and slow. Is it low? I don't know if it's low and slow with brisket.
You're the cooker.
I don't barbecue at all.
Dead. Okay, let's start with Politoed. I feel like I can kill a Politoed.
I could kill a Politoed too.
I feel like bare hands,
Slippery.
but I still feel like there's a 50-50 chance. I mean, there's a couple of good punches is really all I need.
You think so? Have you ever been in
Yeah.
a fight?
What does that have to do with it?
I'm just saying. I don't think punching is
but
as
this is a
effective as you
frog.
think
It's
it
just
is.
a big frog. And I can kick.
What's its defense? Like 90?
Its special defense was higher. Physical defense was like 75 or something
It's
like
still
that.
it's still pretty good.
Not bad.
It would be more difficult to beat up this toad than a human.
Fine.
Than a regular person.
40?
I think like a 30% chance.
35. I'll give you 35%
30%.
chance barehanded.
I think 30% barehanded.
Wrong. With a metal bat?
Oh yeah.
Probably like 75%
I think
chance.
yeah. I think that's right.
I mean, it could take my bat by...
What are its moves? The natural moves? What a bubble beam,
Yeah. I mean, it's...
bubble butt.
Honestly, it's whatever Poliwrath gets. Because since he doesn't get a lot of his own level up moves. Oh, he can use hypnosis. He can put us to sleep and then we're done.
Feminize us, yeah.
I mean, he gets like
What's
water
the hit
gun,
rate of,
bubble beam, body slam. Ooh, he does get earth power.
It-
That's a tough sell.
yeah.
Hit hydro pump. If he uses belly drum, his attack maximizes.
Ugh.
That's both of them too.
20%, I think now. 20%
Yeah,
barehanded.
dang it. 20%
barehanded. Because it's got those big eyes I'm going to go for. I'm going to try to yank its eyes out of its head.
No, I'm still saying 30. I'm saying 30%
Well, now you're
chance
saying 30,
barehanded.
huh?
Yes, because of I remembered all of its moves. 30% chance barehanded, and maybe a 50-50 chance with a metal bat.
20% barehanded, and I'm thinking, 50-50 with the
50-50.
metal bat's pretty good.
Yeah. Poliwrath has got that higher physical attack.
It's gonna punch me to death. I've got a 5% chance barehanded. I'm going for the eyes. If I can just quickly get my hands in its eyes and pop them, then then it won't be able to. Then I can just slowly. I'm gonna just like. While it's blinded, I'm gonna find sticks and stuff, and I'm gonna run over, and I'm gonna keep continuously trying to pop its belly open. Oops. 5% with bare hands, and then I'm thinking 25% with a metal bat.
10% bare hands. I got a 10% chance of beating that thing with my bare hands. Because I can parry its punches.
You can't. Again, you've never fought anyone.
And
Frank,
with a metal bat.
It's so much easier to just grapple someone, and you're not going to grapple this thing down.
I'm going to use Aikido, Jokum.
You don't know Aikido.
And with a metal bat, I've probably got a good 35% chance. I can break its wrist as it's trying to punch me. But with
Agree to
prep
disagree.
time. But with
Prep time. Yeah,
time.
Shotgun. I have a shotgun.
Yeah, I have a gun too.
Bird shot. I'm
I have a gun.
I'm peppering this thing.
Yep. I have a ginormous anvil that I've tied into the sky ahead of time.
Yeah.
And when it walks under to attack me, I'm going to cut it. But then the weird thing that happens is, and I don't know how this could happen, the anvil doesn't fall. So I now have to go and inspect the anvil because it didn't fall.
This happens to me all the time.
And then, for some weird reason, it chooses to fall then, and I'm a pancake.
Every time I try to get Paul with that, he always reverses it on me. And don't even get me started on the times he dresses up as a woman.
Yeah, you're telling me. Dude, I've been chasing that guy before. All of a sudden, he runs through this tunnel, and I'm like, great, I'm going to follow him. And then I slam into a brick wall. Turns out, he painted it.
Let's go on. This is a bad bit.
This is a bad character to bring back. Thank you all so very much for listening to this episode of Certified Poke Moments. If you like Pokemon, why don't you go to my YouTube channel? It's also called Certified Poke Moments, and I talk about Pokemon every other week. Yes, I did say every other week, because in those off weeks, I talk about whatever the heck I want. I love doing energy drink ranking videos. I freaking love talking about Legos, and Joachim and I, if you want more Joachim content, him and I have a series called Taboo Foods. We cook strange and odd foods, stuff that a lot of people wouldn't be psyched to eat. You know, what are some good examples of that, Joachim?
Meat cookie,
buffalo chicken jello.
bull testicles.
There was one, I was looking
Mussels
through
Alfredo.
our categories the other day, and I'm like, we never mentioned this one. Now I can't remember what it is. Oh, fruit ramen. We made a very sweet,
really good.
fruity ramen.
Oh my god.
And it actually turned out great. Spoiler alert.
Wow.
You should go watch how we did that. But with all that being said, guys, please make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube. Please follow the podcast and recommend it to friends if you're on Apple Music or Spotify. This has been your Certified Poke Moment.